Disruption Networks.
By the looks of it, I'm going to have stupid computer day. Okay, god damn, it's always happening to me. What's up, everybody? How are you? I think it's a wacky Wednesday. I never know what day it is, but I think it's Wednesday because it's the day before Thanksgiving, right? Today's the biggest drinking day of the year. So everybody start drinking. I think everybody should just start drinking. You owe it to yourself. You've been stuck in this freaking pandemic. Crack them open, spark them up, whatever you fancy. Do it right now and come hang out with us here on EC Radio. You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms. Before we get into anything, much love to my sponsors, EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When you're ready to move and relocate and do some office moves or studio moves or gym equipment, or if you want to transport your car to wherever it needs to go, call my boys over at EJA Moving Services. 315-335-0516 or hit them up at ejamoving.com. Also, much love to my attorney, Dave Longaretto, who's been keeping me out of trouble since probably the early 90s. Give him a call today if you need legal advice at 315-735-6162. Shout out to my folks over at Utica Coffee. Wake the hell up. I love them. They keep me hydrated and jacked on the daily basis. And thank God for Heather and Frank and what they do over there at Utica Coffee. WakeTheHellUp.com. You can find them online. And also much love to my friends over at Saranac. Like I said, if you're drinking today, because it is the biggest drinking day of the year, crack open a Saranac and sit back and hang out with me and my girl Laura. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
It's been a minute.
I know. Thanks for having me.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
First off, I got to say I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, reason being because you started up that podcast.
Yeah.
And you're killing it. Like, how long you been doing it now?
So we started Punksylvania about a year ago. We started the podcast right when COVID hit because we had nothing else to do.
Right.
And it just kind of exploded. We've been doing episodes every single Thursday since the beginning of this.
Nice, staying consistent.
Yeah.
It's cool. And you and your girls are doing Punksylvania.
It's
so
awesome.
It's the Punksylvania podcast?
Yep.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's
yep,
cool.
It's right on YouTube.
Awesome. And I know you were doing that festival. You were going to do this festival.
Yeah. So that's how this all started. That's how Punksylvania started. Was the festival was our main goal. The podcast was kind of just like I said, it was our temporary filler while we kind of all are in this limbo, waiting to go back to shows and get back to a little bit of normalcy. So we're like, you know what? Let's talk to the people that we would have at our shows. Talk to the people in our scene that we love, that our viewers like to get to know a little bit more. And it's been really, really great. We've talked to all sorts of people throughout punk rock, and it's been really, really awesome. We've made so many wonderful new friends, lots of new family members, lots of connections for 2021, hopefully, if not 2022. But
yeah, let's not say that. Hopefully 2021.
I know. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We have our festival scheduled again for 2021. So
is there a date set?
There is, and I'm probably going to get this wrong because we changed it. So I think it's July 29th to August 1st. I'm pretty sure. Maybe the 28th. Yeah, it's a couple days in central Pennsylvania. We've got a really super dope location on a farm, and fingers crossed everything goes okay. We improved a little bit. We took that year and kind of said, all right, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe 3 chicks who don't know anything about this do need an extra year to kind of get our shit together. So we did, and we've been working around the clock. We built a team and all that stuff. So, but right now is the weird time. It's where we should be trying to get permits and all this stuff, and nobody wants to give us anything because they don't know if they're going to even be able to next year. So we're kind of in this weird limbo, just with our fingers crossed that we're going to be able to go ahead and keep planning.
With all the uncertainty, you can't get insurance. You probably can't get any vendors.
You can't even get a freaking porta potty. I'm serious. Like, logistically, it's very difficult to try and pull something like that off. And then you have to think, too, like, are people even going to be comfortable going to something like that?
Right. Right. What do you think the state of music's going to be when we get off the Corona coaster?
Oh my God, it's going to be so beautiful.
I hope so.
It's going to be so beautiful.
But you bring up a good point too. Are people going to be a little hesitant about going out in crowds and public and stuff like that, or are they going to just come in droves?
I think this is the thing. I think if you have people who really want to do it, you're going to have to take some safety guidelines. You're going to have to wear your mask probably for Probably for quite some time. And if that's what it takes for us to be able to go to shows, I'm fine with that. I'll wear a mask my whole life. If that's what it takes to get me back out there, then I'm okay with that. But I do think that you're not going to have everybody just flooding the shows again. I think it's going to come in waves. You know what I mean? People are going to want to feel comfortable again. And I don't know how long it's really going to take.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
I know. It's so sad.
It is. It is. Since you've been interviewing all these punk rock bands, have you fangirled out on any of them?
I wouldn't say really fangirl, but the three of us collectively, because it's myself, my friend Terry, and my friend Bree, we interviewed Erin Burkett of Fat Records. She's the CEO of Fat Records. And I mean, everyone knows Fat Records. So we were just like, how did we land this, first of all? And okay, now we have to prepare. Now we have to do this. And we sat with her, and it was just one of those moments where we were like, is this real? Is this happening? Were we really sitting here talking about the future with this woman? And it was, and it's awesome. And we've got a great relationship with Fat, I think, right now. So it's just those little things like that seem little to a lot of people, but to us, it just completely just Florida shut us right down. So that I think was the biggest one for all of us so far.
It's a little bit of the silver lining that's going on with this Corona coasters. You can actually talk to these people because they're not working either. They're just sitting in their houses like we are. So you can reach out to them. They're bored. They want to talk. You
know what it's like backstage at a show. You see somebody and you're like, hey, what's up? I'll catch up with you later. And that's it for the rest of the night because you're doing 100 different things, and that's what it's like for us, and that's what it's like for people like her too. So to be able to sit down for, I think it was like almost 3 hours, we actually ended up really,
wow.
We like hung out with her, like we were showing our dogs to each other, you know. But to be able to like really sit down and have a conversation with somebody like that, who, you know, I'm young, I'm 28 years old, so Fat Records been around as long as me, you know?
Yeah.
So to be able to talk to somebody that has had that much influence on our scene and talk about the future of, you know, both of our businesses, it was really inspiring.
Nice. Are some of her bands coming to play Punksylvania when you guys get up and rolling?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Like I said, everything's up in the air right now.
Right.
We were supposed to be kind of dropping a little bit more of our lineup, but I think we're going to hold back on it just because we don't really know what's going on. And I would hate to upset a bunch of people too, you know? And it's something that we toss up every single day. What do we do here? Do we let 1,000 people down? Do we,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's so hard. But, you know, the one thing, too, is people are understanding about it, especially the music lovers. I can't tell you how many, well, we've had to cancel so many different things.
Yeah,
but even
absolutely.
when we had some sort of event, we had to cancel, people are so understanding about it. So we're all in this, as they say, the boat together.
I know, it's awful. But that's the other beautiful thing, too, that I've noticed is we are all in this together, you know. I've gotten little care packages from friends from across the country, and I do the same thing. We'll send out little Punksylvania care packages because normally we see each other at shows like, oh, hey, this is for you, or you know, you see something that reminds you of somebody, or somebody does something really cool for you and you want to, like, reciprocate. And it's just been, I'm not saying like you need to shower everybody with gifts, but it's nice to know that like your community is still there like 100%. You know what I mean? It's nice to every day have just a little like, oh, hey, I see you. I'm thinking about you. A little check-in of some sort.
Yeah.
How many hugs?
Yeah. How many friends do you think you've created, friendships you created just because of music?
Oh my gosh.
All of them, right?
Yeah. Honestly, it's funny that you bring that up. Bree and I, my Punksylvania partner, we talked about this the last time I saw her, and that's how her and I met. That's how Terry and I met. That's how the three of us, that's how all of this snowballed. And our whole community, that's been the basis of all of us, is we've connected solely on like, hey, I like your Banty, or did you see that opener? You know what I mean? And to find 10 people that turns into 50 people, that turns into whatever with the same passion, it's awesome. And those are most of my friends these days.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Or you meet them in the pit.
Oh my God, it's my favorite. Like your Facebook friends for like 10 years, somebody that you rocked at a Sick of It All show in New York City.
Right? We got some friends checking in. Hey, what's up, Danny Melito? He's saying hi to both of us.
Hello.
Hi, Danny. Thanks for watching. Hey, John Pappas, good to hear from you guys. Check out Geddes Bakery if you guys are out in Syracuse. Great man, great people. Awesome, awesome desserts. Speaking of food, how's Oh Babies going, especially throughout this pandemic? Has it been busy for you?
It's been so, knock on wood, fingers crossed. It's been so
Everywhere.
good. It really has. And I don't mean to say that in like a weird way, because it's been crazy for us too, following the guidelines and everything, and having to cut staff, cut capacity, and all this stuff is really stressful. But knock on wood, we have been lucky to be open the entire time. We've been able to do takeout the whole time. We always made a joke about this pickup window that we had. We're like, when are we ever going to use this? And you know what? We have been using this pickup window every single day for almost a year now. And it's saved us, I think, honestly. We take, I mean, you know how it is there. We take every caution that we have. Everything's super clean and all that stuff. So we're really making sure that you're in a safe environment when you come to us. We're trying not to really touch you, have any contact with you or anything like that. But like, we just shut our dining room down again. And I didn't have to do that. But again, too, it's like a comfort thing. You know, I want people
Right.
to feel comfortable when they're coming in to pick up their pizza and there's not 15 people. I mean, it's tiny in there.
Yeah,
you know?
it's small in there. So what do you cut in capacity in half? You're going to have like 8 people in there?
We've had,
you know?
yeah, we've been just like, okay, we're trying to kind of tell them too, if you come in and pay, we'll go sit in your car, we'll bring it out to you. Just don't clog it up in here at all.
Mm-hmm.
Get your germs right on out. Here's some hand sanitizer. Put your mask on.
Yeah.
Let's get through this.
Well, lucky for you, in the warmer weather seasons, you can have that outdoor patio.
Oh my God, it was cranking all summer long because people. That was the thing, is they were cooped up all spring and the end of winter. They're like, what the hell? We want to get out. So to be able to sit outside with your friends, even if you are a little bit away from each other, that's a huge thing. And our patio all day long, from the moment we opened up until the sun went down, even after that, people were sitting out there just because it was just something, you know? It was kind of like cute to see that too, to see people like wanting that like human interaction again, because everyone is so used to just sitting on their phones all the time.
Right.
So that the fact that like you're craving to be around other people is nice.
Nice.
Do it here.
Is there anything you want to see after COVID's done? You stick around? Do you want to see anything stick around after COVID?
Get away from me. Like, I don't
Keep the 6 feet apart?
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
good
away
answer.
from me. Get away from me unless you're welcomed in here. I like the grocery stores. I like being spaced out and things like that, and not being so like crammed and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, I'm a pit girl. I love shows. I love being jumped on and stuff like that. So I guess there's a double standard there. So no, come to me.
Everybody jump on Laura.
Yes, everybody jump on Laura.
Next time you see her, let's just start a pit with her.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, hopefully this Corona coaster ends soon. I don't know. At first it was kind of fun, you know. I was drinking every day, having
Right?
a good old time, and then as it goes, it's like, okay, is this thing ever
It's
gonna
like your
end?
Monday is Friday, and then the next thing you know, you're in the end of May, and you're like, I haven't had a haircut in months.
Yeah, right. Seriously, and like, I am a complete alcoholic.
Yeah, you find all of these problems with yourself. And I feel like that's what's happening a little right now, too, is we're starting to get into the colder months, and people are starting to get back into that, like, that shitty mindset of like, okay, I'm going to be stuck inside again. And it's so not good for anybody, especially though for the people who haven't been able, you know, for musicians and people like that who haven't been able to like get back out and go and like have their outlet at all. So now we have to go through this all over again.
I know.
And my heart hurts for them too, because you've got venues closing because of it. You've got bands breaking up because of it. And it's just like, when is this going to end so we can all start growing again?
Right.
And don't get me wrong, there's been so much great music and ideas and cool like substitutions coming out of this too, but you can't say that it's not hurting,
Yeah.
you know?
There's a lot of creativity going on right now.
Yeah, for sure.
That is, but you're right too. I mean, you get stuck in your own head. We should give a couple tips on how you can get out of your own head. What would you do to just pretty much stay busy, right? Try to stay busy.
That's
as
what I
possible?
do. I try to make sure every single day I have a to-do list with like at least 10 things on there. Even if they're stupid, like take out the trash or something like that. It gives you something to make sure, like, okay, I have like a purpose, even if it's a small purpose, take out the trash, like I have to do this. So if that's going to get you through a little bit or a day to day, then maybe that'll get you through. And get a house plant. Houseplants are good for you.
Give you something to take care of.
Water that bitch every day. You're like, yes. Yeah, seriously. It's just like a little something, you know?
Do you have a bunch of plants in your house?
I don't have a bunch because I'm getting there, you know? And I'm like the type of person I don't want, if I kill it too fast, I'm going to feel like shit. So I want to make sure that like I'm like okay at it. But the ones that I do have are thriving.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Making lists, that's a good idea. We all find it hard to get motivated, especially when you're just kind of sitting around being lethargic in your house.
Absolutely. And this doesn't help either when everything is closed and you can't go anywhere and do anything with your friends and you're stuck on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put pants. Like, we do our podcast, and I probably always have pajama bottoms on. I think I wore jeans the other day for the first time because you can't ever see me.
Right.
So I'm always in my pajamas. I'm like, how pathetic is that? I'm sitting here working in my pajamas.
I like that backdrop that you sit in front of.
Yeah.
No, who did that?
So that is actually my friend Paul. Shout out to Paul right now, Zombie Teeth. He's over in the UK actually, but he's been a great friend to us and in the punk scene. He's an artist, does tons of logos for people, tons of his own stuff. He's got his own clothing line and apparel. He's just got a heart of gold. You know, he'll listen to anyone about anything. He'll help you out with anything. So he came up with our Camp Punksylvania logo, and it's that skull with like this tent mohawk. And you know, before COVID, we're like getting banners made and stuff, and that thing is like 15 feet long and 10 feet high because it was our entrance banner, and it says "Welcome to Camp Punksylvania." And I had nowhere to put it, so we're like, we're gonna do the podcast, and I do the podcast in my kitchen currently, and it's not a nice place to do a podcast, so I just like threw that up, and it looks so cool in there now.
It does. It looks
it's
really
crazy.
Cool. So you don't take it down. You just leave it up.
I just took it down because I'm gonna be moving next week, so I took it down for the first time, and I was like, this is weird. It looks so weird in there. Look, all bright.
Are you doing a podcast tomorrow or no, because it's Thanksgiving?
We do not have a podcast tomorrow. We were going to drop, like I said, we were going to drop our little camp teaser for next year, but I think we're going to hold off on it just because I'm not the type of person that wants to put out something that I can't guarantee 100%. So, and neither are my friends. We're not gonna go and lie to people and stuff like that. So if we don't know, we're not gonna give you something that we don't know about. So we're gonna hold off on that. You'll probably see some funny little live things from us because that's what we do. But yeah, we're not gonna have an episode tomorrow. Our next one will air on the 1st, and it's gonna be really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's important to keep creating and putting content out there and keep yourself relevant.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we said too. We're like, okay, well, we have a whole year until we can do our event or anything for that matter with a show. So do we disappear or do we get to know people a little bit better? And like, we carved pumpkins with a couple guys. In a couple weeks, we're going to be doing Christmas cookies with a ska band out of Pittsburgh. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. Getting to know the bands on that level is cool too, because it gives us a good relationship with them, and it also gives our viewers like a different look at their lives. Instead of them on stage, they're in their kitchen with flour and sugar and
making a mess.
Yeah, it's fun. And you have my little guy running around in the background because, you know, parents.
I love it. Do you guys plan on, or you ladies, do you plan on doing a like club show at all, or is it just going to be strictly festival?
So there's been talk of a lot of different things with us. Right now, Bree actually just launched a record label like the other day. It's called Allegedly Records, and that is something she's doing with a couple of her friends. Punksylvania, we don't have any affiliation with that, but obviously we wish her the best. You know, she's still doing her thing with us, and I think it gives us opportunity because Punksylvania is pretty inclusive to Pennsylvania. It gives us opportunity to be able to kind of broaden our horizons, and like I'm from the 315, so let's represent the 315 a little, you know. So, and Terry's from Canada, so why not do something a little bit greater than just Pennsylvania? Don't get us wrong, we love Pennsylvania, we love the 814, but we've noticed that after doing this, our attention isn't just in Pennsylvania. We've got viewers on the West Coast, viewers in Texas, viewers in the UK. We have viewers everywhere. So why not make this something for everybody, you know? So I guess just basically stay tuned. I would love to be able to get into putting on all sorts of shows when COVID is over, because you've got venues shutting down, you've got promoters not being able to do these things. So let's do it. Let's get back to the DIY. Let's roll our sleeves up and let's do it. Let's put these shows on. Whether they're in a warehouse or in a basement, they're at a venue, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I like the idea of bringing everybody's local bands to the mix. That's a good idea. And like you said, you're representing the 315, and there's so much talent in this area. Though the punk scene can be a little bit more richer around here.
Yeah, for sure. It totally could be. We have a couple really like Lemon Laws out of like New Hartford area basically, and they're fantastic. They got like a skate punk vibe. And then you've got like Lucky 33, who's actually on schedule to play our Camp Pennsylvania lineup for 2021. They're out of Syracuse. We've got a bunch of really great friends from like the Buffalo area, Albany area after the fall. So maybe the 315 could use a little more punk rock, but New York State as a whole has so much to offer. So like, let me be your gal.
Yeah.
Let's put it out there.
There you go.
You know?
The representative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Good. How's Pennsylvania's punk scene? Is it pretty
It's
good?
great.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
Is that why
It
you
is
guys
so
decided
beautiful.
to go like down there, or is it because of the venue?
Honestly, that was mostly because of the venue. Bree lives in central Pennsylvania, about a little over an hour and a half from Pittsburgh, which isn't a terrible drive at all. So, and the Pittsburgh scene is poppin'. Like, it's beautiful. It's so eclectic punk rock wise. I mean, you've got hardcore, you've got ska punk, you've got like your acoustic punk. Anything you can think of, and everybody is so supportive of each other. And same thing with Philadelphia too. And all over Scranton, like it's unity everywhere. So, but we were closer to the Pittsburgh scene, so that was mostly our thing, is to try and pull bands from Pittsburgh. But then, you know, their friends from Philly are like, hey, this is cool, and it's only a few hours more. So, and we're like, well, what the hell? So then we started including, you know, our 315 bands and things like that. And we opened it up, and we ended up booking some Canadian bands. We have some bands from the West Coast coming. So it's like, let's open this up. Let's make this something more universal, something for everybody that everyone can be a part of. And maybe we don't just do shows in Pennsylvania. Maybe we go all over the place. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Don't break my shit.
Right? That's what I'm here for.
Don't break my stuff. No, I think what you guys are doing is great.
Thank you.
And you're supporting a scene that actually needs the support, right?
It's so beautiful. And I'm sure everyone says that about their scene.
Right.
And I'm not strictly just a punker. Like, I listen to everything,
Right.
but my heart is with punk rock. Those punk rock ethos. I say this all the time. I base my whole life around that. Understanding, compassion, that PMA, just all of that. I try to soak it into every aspect of me, the way I do business, the way I help out with Pennsylvania, the way I do anything, you know, the way I parent. So for me, that's where my heart is. So I want to see that scene flourish. And there's so much, like, it's not dead. I don't care what anyone says. It's so not dead. And being a part of this and being able to see all of these younger bands, like I've been obsessed lately. I'm going to give them a shout out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stolen Wheelchairs from Philadelphia, mind blowing. He's a teenager, Oscar, and he started the whole band by himself. And they just put out their first, and they're a whole band now, but they just put out their first full length, and it is like one of the best things out of 2020. It gives me such like hope, you know what I mean? You listen to it and you're like, it's so solid, it's so clean, the lyrics are great, the music is great, and you're a baby. So that's what we need. We need people like that to come up and to put their stuff out there and to give it their all. So I am so here for that.
Who else?
I think it's great.
Who else can you put on my radar?
Oh my gosh, how much time do you have?
We got as much time as you want.
I'll give you a whole list.
I do whatever the hell I want around here.
I'll give you a whole list. I am your girl for new music all the time.
I love it.
We actually just opened up submissions for Pennsylvania too. We're like, if you want us to review your music, if you have a new EP coming out, send us an email. So it's been crazy. We're to the point where we're like, hey, are you busy tomorrow? Do you want to write a review? Because we have so much new music coming to us. So it's like, I haven't listened to the same things at all this year because I'm constantly being hit with new stuff and my mind is constantly blown. When we, opened up submissions for camp, that's, 100 new bands that we have to listen to because you got to give them a shot to see if you want them on your lineup.
Right.
And we're like, how do we narrow it down? We're like, oh yeah, we have 7 slots open, and we're like, we pick between how many 100 bands for this? How long do we listen to this? And what do we do? They're all so good. It's crazy.
I hate when people call me in the middle of the podcast. Every day I'm doing my podcast at
like,
3 o'clock right now, and that
that's my
drives
sister.
me nuts.
That's my sister. Every Thursday, she's like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?"
Right. I'm doing my podcast every day at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And these are close friends of mine. Like, stop. I'll get back to you later.
They can come hang out.
But anybody can hang out for sure. But throw some bands on my radar. Who are you high on right now?
Okay, so definitely Stolen Wheelchairs. A New York band, Jukebox Romantics, are awesome. Another New York band that I've been really loving since last year, since they submitted to our lineup, and we've become really great friends with them. They're out of Niagara Falls, Working Class Stiffs. If you like Suicide Machines, those are your guys. They're
cool.
great, and they're working on a bunch of new stuff right now. I've been digging just a ton of stuff. My friend Amy Gaba, she's out of Canada, and she is amazing. She's got a beautiful voice, very ska punk, like poppy, uppity, good stuff. And I love hardcore. So anything hardcore. I've been listening to all the fun stuff. Sick of It All's been putting it out, and just, I mean, literally anything I can get my hands on. On the Cinder is a really great band out of the Buffalo area who's got a lot of that like heavy hardcore vibes. Albany band After the Fall. They remind me a lot of like Rise Against too, and they're great. They just put out, I think it's their 20-year anniversary album. Yeah, it's really awesome. I know, it's crazy. There's so much talent.
There's a lot of longevity right there. 20 years.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard to keep a band together for 20 years.
I mean, I have not a musical bone in my body, but I'm here for it all. I can imagine, though.
It's so hard. You're in a relationship with how many other dudes, you know, or ladies.
Absolutely.
It's hard to keep a relationship just one-on-one, let alone 5-on-1.
For sure. Know? I cannot imagine. And then being, like, crammed in a van.
Right. And everybody stinks and farts.
Everybody stinks.
Yeah, nobody's got any money. Yeah. And then you drink, and then there's fights. So
yeah, that sounds like a beautiful 20 years.
That's what happens. That's how I spent the 90s. So anyways, yeah, you got some. How do you do with this all? I mean, you're so busy. You own a pizzeria. You're running this. You're a festival promoter. You're a mom. Like, how do you do all this? Plus, you're doing some modeling as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I look at like I told you, I think before we started, my office is crazy looking. I have like 4 or 5 different calendars that are like, I mean, I try to look like I have my shit together, but I don't have my shit together. So I'm like color coding stuff, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, what am I doing today? I really am trying to stay on top of stuff. I try and designate time for everything each day to make sure I'm not falling behind anywhere. But the way I see it is I go into weird, dark, funky places if my mind has even just a few minutes to itself. So if I'm constantly doing something and I constantly have a mission or a responsibility or something I need to get done, then I'll be okay. I don't know if that's a good thing, but that's how we're rolling it for right now.
So you actually have physical calendars that you're writing in and not using your phone or anything?
So I use my phone. Oh my God, my phone is like obviously the mitochondria. But then I have like dry erase board calendars and then like Post-it notes all over those. It's a mess. And then I have calendars for the restaurant, front end of the house, back end of the house. Also a mess.
So it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A lot of work. Look how far you came, though, right? Just in a couple of years. I mean, how many years have we known each other? A couple of years?
Yeah, it's been probably like 5 years now.
Yeah, right. And look how far you come.
It's crazy because I guess thinking about it now, yeah, you know, but I don't look at it like that. It's just me kind of going along. I always like to be doing something. I always like to be learning new things and putting my hands in new things and trying out fun things. Maybe they work, maybe they don't, but I always have to be doing something. Yeah. I can't be sitting still.
You can't grow if you're not learning.
Right. And I need to grow. I'm 4 feet tall.
It's not a physical thing. There are a couple people checking in. Let's see. Alexandria Elizabeth says, stay killing them, sis.
Oh, hi, Al. Yeah, that's my sister.
Is it your sister?
Yeah.
If you guys are out there in Facebook land and you're watching this, do us a favor and click the share button.
I know, Al. Come on, get on it. Share.
Yeah, share. Please share. It helps spread the word of Disruption Network and, of course, Oh Babies and all the Punksylvania and all the amazing things that Laura's doing.
Oh.
Adeline's checking in, says you always crush it.
Oh, my gosh. I just saw her a couple weeks ago. She was in the restaurant. It was so nice to see her. She's the sweetest. I actually met her through you.
Oh, yeah, right. That food competition was a lot of fun when we did that.
Right.
We need to
do something again, yeah.
We're going to talk about that in just a second. And then Alexandria, Al saying that you have 7 calendars.
Is there really? She's probably not wrong at all. There's probably 7 calendars in there.
So we're talking about this food competition. Somebody actually did the Goliath.
Oh, my God. Molly Schuyler, I think, and she's actually a professional food eater from California.
Wow.
And she's like 107 pounds.
It's the only only one, right?
The only one. She did it in 7 minutes and 16 seconds.
Okay, for those who don't know what the Goliath is, explain to them what it is.
So the Goliath it's a food challenge at my restaurant, Oh Baby Sandwich Shop, and it is a full-size double stack sandwich. So it's like, I don't even know.
It's a lot.
It's huge.
It's
Yeah,
huge.
it's huge. And it comes with like
This
over a
big.
pound of French fries, and you have to drink either an entire 2 liter of soda or your choice of a 40 in under an hour. And nobody has done it until summertime. Molly came strolling in, said she was passing through town and saw it on the internet and figured she'd try it before she went to a family function.
She heard it on the internet?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
guess
awesome.
I guess there's like a group for competitive food eaters,
Of course.
you know, where they can go all over the place, and that was listed on there as a challenge that no one has completed. And she was like, okay. 7 minutes. Never seen anything like it.
7 minutes?
7 minutes.
What?
You have to watch the video. If you haven't seen it, you've got to watch it. It's on YouTube.
I think I did watch it when it first hit.
It is mind-blowing. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
How does someone do that in 7?
She was like a shark. Like her
Was it-
jaw unhinged. It was crazy.
It must have been nuts though, just to watch her do that.
It's the best because in the background of the video, you see Bailey's face watching her, and she's just like, just completely floored. She took the 2 liter and just crushed it in her hands, and it was gone.
Wow.
Just gone.
Sound like it was nothing for
It was insane. She's like, I'll do 2 next time I come to town.
2?
We're like, okay.
Oh my God. Now, did you look her up after she left?
Oh, yeah. We were like, who is this woman?
Yeah.
So, and then you see her eating like 50 Big Macs. Like drinking gallons of vegetable oil, just crazy stuff. She did like the Taco Fest out in California and crushed everybody.
At 107 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were like, what made you do this? And I guess she said, I might be wrong here, so I apologize, Molly, if I'm wrong. But I'm almost positive she told us that she was on a date and she was ordering something, and they asked her if she wanted a small or a large. And whoever she was with was like, oh, she'll have a small. And she was like, I'll do a large. I'll eat the large. And he was like, no, you can't eat the large. So Molly's been eating ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I can't do that.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I was like, I love you. She had a mohawk. Like, if there's anyone to come into my restaurant and crush this challenge, it was that woman.
It's a woman with a mohawk.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I was like, are you serious? Perfect.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. I'd love to get back to doing another one of those.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun.
We had some guys that were like,
Some
kind of
big
bigger-
boys.
Yeah, I was going to say bigger dudes.
And we
that
had a
couldn't
couple
even
of them
finish it.
almost finish it that
Yeah,
day.
it was close.
But they
I
all
don't know.
collectively tapped out at the same
They
time.
all tapped out at the same time after like the 45-minute mark.
Yeah,
too.
it's a lot of food. Yeah, 7 minutes, she was done.
7 minutes.
Stood up, she let out this like ridiculous burp. Ridiculous. And then she was like, all right.
Do you keep in touch with her?
I have not talked to her a ton since. She reshared our video a while back, and we talked a little bit, but I haven't talked to her a lot since then.
Yeah.
But she is more than welcome to come back. I thought it was great because, we started off with a challenge. We're like, well, whatever the time somebody beats it, you have to beat that time. But, like, I don't think anyone is going to beat 7 minutes. So we're going to give everybody an hour because I don't think that challenge will ever get beat. That was
Who's going to beat that in 7 minutes?
exactly.
Like if you had 5 guys eating it all at once,
It
they're
comes
not-
out on a pizza tray. We had a family come in and order the Goliath for their whole family, and they
Right.
made like mini sandwiches out of the one sandwich. I was just like, we just fed a family of 6 on this, and this woman put all of these contents in her small body in 7 minutes.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Oh my God! Your sister's saying one of them threw up when we had our competition.
They did, yeah. We had puke buckets for them. Remember?
Yeah, I do. I don't remember anybody puking though. But
Oh
she's
wait,
probably right.
Ailey, I don't know if that was at the challenge. I think that was after. There was some kid who puked in the bathroom after.
Right after.
But I don't think it was during the challenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He must have been drunk.
That was fun though. We had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've only had a couple people try it with a 40.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Have you had anybody try it after Molly came in and tried it? And-
Yes,
and
we had
successfully
like
won?
right after that. These guys were like, ho ho ho, no. And I think that's who she's talking about. I think one of those guys was the puker, actually.
Ah.
Yeah, there was a couple people, but we haven't had anybody recently try it.
Yeah, it's quite a feat.
Yeah, for sure. I've never seen anything like that.
Right. Now, watching somebody eat like that, does that make you want to like throw up a little bit?
We were just like what?
Yeah,
Like the
amazing.
guy who made it, he's like, I'm going to go out and smoke a cigarette and come back in and finish watching her. And he came back in and she was done. He was like, what did she do with that? She ate it. Like, it's gone.
Crazy.
Yeah, it
Crazy.
was amazing.
What made you come up with that?
People were just joking around. They're like, oh my God, your sandwiches are so big. Like, I doubt anyone could ever eat one of these. And I'm just like, well, obviously they can. This is a normal thing here. But we're like, what if we did a food challenge? And we're like, you know what? If somebody asks, why not give them something to do if they want to do this and they want to pay for it if they don't finish it? Sure. And it was just kind of a little joke at first, and then it caught wind that we were going to maybe do a challenge. So we like threw it together in house really quick, and then it just was like, oh, Babies has this crazy food challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know of any other local food challenges that as crazy as yours.
Yeah. And it's still, we only have one person.
One person.
One person.
Out of how many challenges?
And it's a couple years old now.
Yeah.
It's been a thing for a while. And it is featured like on the internet. You can look it up and find that you can come to Oh Babies and get this challenge. So anyone that wants to try it.
It's not called the Goliath for nothing.
Right. It's huge.
It is huge. Yeah, Elle is saying she recorded it, so
Of course
we'll
she did.
have to put that up. And
Yeah,
so
we need the footage, Ellie. Pixar didn't happen.
I would really love to see that again. I remember watching it for a minute, and then I don't know. I'm so easily distracted.
We were all busy that day, though. You had your stuff going on. I had my stuff going on. We're all running around.
so
People
easily
are eating
distracted.
sandwiches.
Right. That was fun, though.
It was a good
A
time.
lot of fun. So anything new that you guys been doing over at Old Babies besides the whole COVID regulations? Is there like new features, new
We've
specials?
just
or
been
anything?
kind of trucking along because it's honestly it's hard. It's really hard to keep up with all of the ever-changing regulations, and staff has been really something. Either they're pulling out because they don't want to work, they're pulling out because they've got to homeschool their children or whatever and stuff. So I get it both ways, but that doesn't mean it makes our lives any easier.
Right.
So, and when you're doing more business because the bars are closed and because the sit-down restaurants are closed, very grateful for it, but it makes it very hard when you're running with a crew of 5-6 people back there, and we can't work these guys 7 days a week, nor do I want to.
Right.
So we're just kind of processing all that still and adjusting every day. So we haven't really been doing any specials and stuff like that. We just started doing like a contactless pickup where you can pay ahead and come in and you don't have to talk to us. Everything's on a table for you and stuff like that. But I found it's a little tough for us to try and promote specials without our indoor dining. You know what I mean? Like, and our meals are so like family oriented normally that I can do a couple like pizza and wing specials and things like that, which we do once in a while. But to be pushing other things out like that, it's been a little difficult for us. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, our focus has been, who do we put on the side today? Because we have a million sandwiches and no one to make them.
I want to say that you are the longest running restaurant in your location.
Fingers crossed. Isn't
Right?
that crazy,
Knock on
though?
wood, I'm not
This
gonna-
is real. This is true.
Right. Because I've seen so many places come in
And that
out
was
of there.
one of like the jokes about it. My dad had made it, and I think it was just all in good fun, but it always stuck with my sister and I too when we first got the place because we went into it together. But it was like no business has ever lasted more than like 3 to 5 years here. So we're like, oh, cute. So we hit that 3-year and we're like, okay, cool. We hit the 5-year. And then now I'm like, this is our building.
We made it.
like we're here. We're okay. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're
So.
doing good over there.
But now it's just like we're bursting at the seams there. We need another sandwich unit. We need another fryer or 12. So
it's a small spot.
where am I putting it all? You know? So we have some things to think about there too, I guess, in the future. But right now, we're just cranking along.
My boy Sheridan Mitch is checking in. He says he wants to do a $100 bar tab at Old Babies for part of his Mohawk Valley rally. So what he does is he goes to different business. He started this right in the beginning of the pandemic, and he's been spending $100 a week at different area businesses trying to generate some profits for these local businesses.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, stop on down, Sheridan, and go see her. She makes a phenomenal
Yeah,
sandwich
shoot me
too.
an email or a message or something like that, and we can definitely. I am all about collaborating and doing cool things like that. So
Yeah,
For
he's,
sure.
He's a gem in our community. We're lucky we got him. So yeah, he's
Yeah,
been spending
absolutely.
money at all these great businesses throughout this whole pandemic. So big ups
let's
to you,
do
Sheridan.
it. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Dr.
I'm here
Mish,
for
you
it.
rock. He does. He rocks.
Oh my God, wait. I think my sister was just telling me about him actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll talk for sure.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, now she's saying I told you, Laura.
see? Okay.
And he's saying your focaccia sandwiches are legendary.
Oh, yay. That makes me happy.
Also, award-winning wings.
Award-winning chicken wings.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a thing.
And when was that now? 2019?
Yeah, yeah. And then we won like most unique or something like that. I don't know if they're doing it again this year, obviously,
Well,
because of
probably not.
COVID and all that stuff. But it's been so much fun. We've been a part of the Wing Wars every year that they've done them. And it's a great fundraiser. It's a fun event. It gets all of the local businesses involved, and everyone is just really great. And plus, I have never eaten so many chicken wings. And it's so fun too each year to watch every business like step their game up. Like the flavors get crazier every year because you're like, oh my God, this person won with this flavor last year, so now we got to do something crazy. So last year there was a lot of like experimental chicken wings and stuff like that, and they were all so good. So I'm excited for when it does happen again.
Now, which one of your wings won the competition?
The maple bourbon sriracha.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those are like my 3 favorite
Yep.
things.
We won with those and the loaded wings.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's like a science project, right? When you're putting those
It's
kind
fun.
of wings
It's
together.
fun. Well, yeah. You should have seen us. I was making something. I had like orange marmalade one day. I don't know. I come in with like all these different ingredients and I'm like, all right, boys, this is what we're doing today. And I'm like, have all these little bowls aside. But it gives us something to do. It's nice to get creative and fun like that. And then sometimes it ends up on the menu. Like the maple bourbon wings are a staple now. They're our best sellers. And the loaded wings too. And I think a lot of that has to do with the chicken wing wars.
Yeah.
It was all over the TV. It was in the newspaper. We had these hilarious trophies. It's fun.
You got
It's
some
a great
good
event.
coverage out of
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
That's awesome. So what do you do? Like you get the munchies and then all of a sudden, hey, let's try this with that and just start experimenting?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to make something weird here, something that the person next to me would not think of. So that's what I try to do. I try to figure out. Like this year, I made a. Oh yeah, we won most unique this year too. I did like a strawberry jalapeno wing, and it's just like who does that? But you have to think of fun things like that, and that's what's gonna bring people over and be like, that table has that weird chicken wing, or that table has that funky whatever, you know? So it's cool. And like I said, all the other businesses were doing the same thing too. There was like a peanut butter and jelly wing,
Wow.
all sorts of.
How was that?
It was delicious.
Yeah.
All sorts of weird shit.
Huh. Peanut butter and jelly
It was
wing.
so good. I don't even remember who did that, and I feel terrible. But it was so good.
Oh wow.
So good.
Call me when there's a Nutella wing.
We'll see.
We'll see, huh?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. Nutella's like my favorite thing. I'll put it on.
On a chicken wing?
I'll put it on everything.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We can try
I'll
it.
put Nutella on a hamburger.
Oh, no.
Your sister says she's out. She's got to go run the restaurant.
Oh, I'll see her in a little while. What a brat she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's usually a busy day for us over there, the day before Thanksgiving. No
Right.
one wants to. But, like, who knows this year?
Right.
Who knows? So, I mean, we're expecting the norm. We're ready for it. So, if you would like to come and get focaccias, we will all be there tonight.
Yeah.
It'll be beautiful.
Usually the biggest bar night of the year is
Yeah.
tonight. And then I doubt that's even going to happen if the bars are closed at 10 o'clock.
That's
You can't really get to go.
really well. Yeah, and that's the thing too is you've got people that are now being told you've got to go back to 10 people, you've got to go back to this and that, and you're like, you don't know, like, do we really have to do this yet? We haven't heard anything official, you know. So it's you're on these like weird funky lines.
Everything changes so much. It's hard to keep
Well,
up
that's
with the
why
regulations.
I just shut it down. I was like, I'm not gonna have something bite me in the ass here. So we're just gonna shut it right on down, and we're gonna truck along with takeout for now.
Right on.
And it's been, knock on wood, really good for us. So
Yeah. Good.
yeah, we've gotten
Awesome.
lucky there.
You're so lucky. Good. I want to see my friends flourish, especially throughout this crap that we're going through.
Yeah, for sure. I feel the same, and it sucks because you want to help out and you want to do things, and a lot of people you don't really know, like, what can I do? I know that normally you're up on stage all the time, or I know normally you're backstage all the time, So it's like, what can we do to make sure that you guys are still thriving too?
Kicking it.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. It hits everybody so differently.
Yeah, it does. All my friends are struggling right now. all your friends.
Yeah.
Everybody is. It's
Oh,
not
it
just
breaks my
my
heart.
friends or your friends, but it's the whole industry. It's a shame. It is absolutely a shame. Do you want to give any shout outs to any of your staff? Does anybody deserve a shout out
They
from your crew?
all deserve
They
it.
do?
Honestly, they are all the biggest pains in my ass. They really are, and they all know it. But without them, somehow or another, they get it done every day, and it's almost 100% perfect.
Yeah.
They're great. We get killed a lot of the times, and they're there taking it with a grain of salt. And like I said, I always go back to that community vibe that I base everything off of, and those guys really pull it together back there. They don't even have to say anything, and it's cute, you know? You
Cool.
just watch their little train, kind of, and same thing with the girls on the front end of the house. It's nice to watch that machine kind of work together because they want to and they need to, so.
And that's why you've been doing this for so long, is because you have a great staff.
Yeah, knock on wood. We have a core that's been with us for almost the whole time, and they can leave whenever they want. I would rather them not, but I think there's a reason that they're still there and that we're still all doing this together. You know, I try to treat them like I would treat anybody, like I would treat my family, and most of them are my family. We hang out, we have dinners together. They come to my son's birthday party. We've had some of them over for holidays, so I want to make sure that they're well taken care of, and I think that they want the same in return, so it just makes it a lot easier.
Right on.
Yeah.
Switch topics really quick. You got this little modeling career you're doing too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It's been great. Wild Heart Boudoir out of Waterville. Paige has been a life changer. I went to her a couple years ago for a session, just like anybody would, and we hit it off. We hit it right off. She was like, "You are amazing." I felt the same. I had a lot of self-esteem issues the first time I went there. I was just starting to lose a lot of weight and like kind of hatch out of my shell a little bit. I feel like she helped me a lot there, and we started working together, and here we are 2-3 years later now.
Oh,
And
has it been that long?
yeah, we're like a dozen shoots deep. She's calling me all the time to do all sorts of stuff, and I'm her gal.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love her. She's great. I feel like Beyonce every time I walk out of there. And I feel like every woman should feel like that at some point or another. Like, even if it's not boudoir photos or something, but if you look at yourself at one point and you're like, hell yeah, like that's me and this is awesome, I think that that's all you, even if it's just once, I think that's all you need to change your life. So for me, that was a huge thing.
Could be a self-esteem booster for you.
Yeah, it seriously is. It feels so good. It feels so good to see yourself in a different light.
Awesome.
I think everybody needs that.
Yeah, no doubt. Plug it again. What's the name?
Wild Heart Boudoir, right in Waterville, New York. She actually just has a brand new studio on Main Street. It's beautiful. You can look her up on Facebook, join our VIP group for all sorts of deals and stuff. She's got her bookings right on her website. You can ask any questions. And if you want, you can hit me up too, and I can point you in the right direction.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of my friends are working with her right now. so-
She's amazing.
Cool.
She's like the biggest thing in our area for boudoir right now because she's, again, you've seen her work. She's so professional, and the way she makes you feel too. You know, you don't feel like you're just in there with your clothes off or whatever. You know,
Right.
she makes you feel very comfortable. It's a professional environment, and it's a whole magical experience. You get your hair done, your makeup done. There's freaking wine and cheese. Like, come on, you know.
You had me at wine and cheese.
See, you know, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing
That's awesome.
for sure.
That's cool. Awesome, Laura. Well, it was great to see you.
Yeah, thanks
Anything
so
you
much
want
for
to plug
having me.
before we bounce?
Come hang out at the restaurant. Come get all your sandwiches and your pizza and wings from me. If you like punk rock music, and even if you don't, you should check out Punksylvania. I get silly on our podcast every Thursday. We've got all sorts of fun stuff going on, and yeah, that's about it.
And where can they find the podcast on YouTube?
It's right on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You can get to it from our Facebook and our Instagram as well. And if you just, shoot me a message or something like that, we can make all sorts of stuff happen.
Awesome.
If you have a band or anything like that that you want me to listen to,
Yeah.
send it my way.
Yeah. She's got the ears.
Yeah.
So when Punksylvania does happen too, make sure you come back so we can promote it.
Yeah, for
and
sure. I
get
will definitely
involved and
keep you posted.
We can get your girls on. We can all talk and
Yeah,
they can
that would be
come on.
amazing.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And plus, help promote the cause because we need more people out there promoting music.
For sure. And like I said, we've got, Bree's got her record label going on. Terry and I have some really cool projects in the works too. I think it's going to be fun. It's been a really cool stepping stone for us. And to see our baby continue to grow and other things grow off of it is going to be really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
Good.
COVID or not, I'm excited for 2021.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's just get out of it, right?
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Let's just get
done
out
with
of it. Me too. No more.
No more.
Nice. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, you too.
It doesn't even feel like Thanksgiving.
I know.
It doesn't at all.
Normally everyone's going out, getting last minute shit from the store at the bar, and here we are.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like it at
I know.
all, and it went by so damn fast.
Yep.
Like this, even though we've been stuck in the house, it still flew by.
Let it go by.
Yeah, please.
Yep.
We want it way in the back, push it back in the rear view. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Shout out to my sponsors, EJA Moving Services, Attorney Dave Longaretti, Utica Coffee, and Saranac Brewery. Also want to make mention, too, we are doing a live stream concert with the Old Main that's happening on December the 5th. Get your tickets over at showclicks.com and enjoy the Old Main from the comfort of your own home. And we've got a couple of those planned out, and nothing I can really announce yet, but we're doing a few of them. So live stream is where it's going to be at for a while. In fact, I think once COVID is done, the live stream is still going to be in effect. Because
for sure.
I mean, say you're living in California and your favorite band's playing in New York, you could pay like 10, 15
I watched
bucks.
5 shows on Halloween night. It was amazing.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So you can watch any of your favorite band from the comfort of your own home. And I think it's a cool, unique way to stay home, right? And then you're not getting DWIs.
For sure.
Right. You can
drunk on the couch.
Drink as much as you want. There's no lines for the bathroom, or you don't have to pay outrageous concession prices. And so the live stream thing is where it's at. So check in. Also, we have new Disruption merchandise, too.
Oh, rad.
D, right there. Go to our website, disruptionnetwork.net, or go to Seasonal Sports. And what size are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I am a small.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There it is. So hop over. And I have a bunch of merchandise, too. So if you're interested and you want it right now, I have it right here at the D. So inbox me or slide into my DMs, as the kids say, and I can hit you off with some Disruption Network merchandise. Cool. It's some cool stuff. I like what they're doing over at Seasonal Sports.
Yeah, for sure. This is awesome. And it's really good quality.
Yeah, it's great quality. It is.
Nice and soft.
Yes. And make sure when you put that on, you take a picture and post it. Duh. Thank you so much. And also like, comment, subscribe, all things social media when it comes to the Disruption Network, and also at Oh Babies in Punksylvania. And happy Thanksgiving to all. I will be back tonight, 8 o'clock, with the Uncle Louie Variety Show. We're having a little Thanksgiving celebration with my boys, so that should be kind of funny. Tune in on the D tonight, 8 o'clock. You guys have yourself a good day. Later.